I was born in 1961 in Riverside, California. Normal childhood, I guess. Get in trouble like you're supposed to when you're kids. I have two brothers and one sister. Done all the outside playing. Of course, there wasn't video games back then and all that. We just done a normal thing. I mean, family wasn't a church family. We didn't really have no Christian influence or nothing like that. In my immediate home, my great-grandmother was my best Christian influence. She made sure that when we had a chance to go to church that we did. But as for my childhood, running, playing on skateboards, riding bikes, done all that. Done all the stuff at school. It was about, I don't know, we were just, about 9 years old, my grandmother took us to church a couple times, great-grandmother took us to church a couple times, and in that time, something was really bothering me, I guess, and there was one service that we went, and that's when I got saved at 9 years old. And it just seemed like something was really bothering me before that, but up until then, it was just a normal childhood. And then got saved, and it wasn't long after that things changed. Before I got saved, it was, like I was saying, it was just normal stuff, but I was always wanted to be the tough guy, I guess, because I was a small child. And I always wanted to take up for my brothers because they were bigger than me, but it didn't matter. And I never really wanted to back down from nobody. And I think after I got saved, God put my life into motion then.
Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel?
Well, I got saved in the spring of 1970 when I was 9 years old, and August 11th of 1970, I had a accident. I had a spinal cord accident. We were cleaning the yard one day, and we had our water hose going, and they told me to go shut the water off. But to shut the water off, you had to climb up on an old washing machine we had on our back patio. And of course, I jumped up on there and was messing around with that. And I don't know if I saw it or didn't see it, but my mother had put a set of knitting needles up in the windowsill. And I don't know if I reached for it, if I picked it up or what, but my foot slipped and I fell backwards. And evidently when I fell backwards, I grabbed for the windowsill. When I did, I had the knitting needle in my hand.
What will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in awe of you be still? Will I stand in your presence? Or to my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah?
When I fell backwards, I guess I had it in my hand, and I had fallen and hit the dryer, and it knocked me forward. Well, somehow when I hit the ground, I had the knitting needle in my hand, and I fell face first on it, which it went in my mouth and nicked my spinal cord 2.5 inches into my brain. And I don't know the full story after that, but I remember laying on the ground and I thought I was screaming just to pull the knitting needle out. And my brothers and them, of course, went and told my mom in the house that I had fallen and gotten hurt. Well, they had also called the ambulance and police and all that. And I could see everybody moving around, and I was just wanting them to pull the needle out. Well, after that, of course, on the way to the hospital, they didn't wait on the ambulance. They put me in a police car. On the way to the hospital, I had stopped breathing 3 times. And just the little nick of my spinal cord, it paralyzed me from the neck down. And I couldn't move a thing. Well, after I got to the hospital and found out I was paralyzed, and of course, I guess being a 9-year-old kid, I didn't realize what that meant other than what they were trying to tell me to do and stuff. And it was weird because all the stuff that I knew I could do before wasn't there no more. I remember one time specifically that they had come in and the doctors had told me, said, okay, what I need you to do is just lay your hand up on your belly. And I said, okay. They said, all right, well, at least try to move your finger. I said, well, I put my hand on my belly. And they said, no, you haven't moved nothing yet. And we had done that seemed like, for me it was forever, but it was probably 5 or 10 minutes, and I was trying to move, and that's when I guess I really realized that nothing was moving from my neck down. And they told my parents that I would probably never walk out of the hospital. And it would be hard for me to, if I did get movement back, I'd probably be wheelchair bound or assisted from now on. And after 3 months of that, I finally started moving. I remember it was a lot of work after that. They would come in and move my arms and legs, and I don't ever remember putting the blame on my parents or God or why would you do this to me? And I just figured, I'm a kid and it was an accident. And but after another 4 months of rehabilitation at that hospital, they had finally let me out of that. I got to go home on my birthday, February 26th. And of course it was still going back and forth to rehab, and the work of stretching and braces weren't like they are nowadays. When I had them from my waist down to my feet. And if you ever seen the show Forrest Gump, those braces that he had on were similar to what I had on. But I also had a chest brace that held my head up because my neck was real weak. I remember after high school that I don't know how it even came about. And I sat back and I asked God, I said, if you could put somebody in my life, a good helpmate, a good wife, or whatever, however you want to put it, a good influence, there would never be no drinking or fussing or screaming or cussing each other in my house. He done over and abundant what I asked for. But, you know, I think people need to look back on their lives, especially Christians, that don't think, when they think God's not there, He's always there. You know, I think prayer and the outlook of prayer or answered prayer, it may not come immediately, but as you look back on your life, you see that the only parts of your life the most difficult parts that you thought you got yourself through that or whatever, it wasn't you at all. And God put you in that position. He put me in that position at 9 years old. To have the wife that I wanted and have the children that I wanted and the wife that she keeps me straight. She's the best part of me. But it's all by God's grace. And somebody once asked me, he said, if you could go back to that moment and not jump up on that washing machine and change that instance in your life, would you? And of course your immediate reaction is, well, sure, yeah. I mean, I'd like to see what it was without being hurt, without going through what I did. But if I did that, I wouldn't have the wife I have. I wouldn't have the kids I have. I wouldn't have the respect for where God put me. And I would probably be a lot worse off because it was my attitude back then that, you know, I wanted to be the tough guy, and I may not even be here right now. I thank God every day for putting the people around me that He has. We had come to Wyatt Baptist Church about 5 or 6 years ago, and it was just a kind of like a family type surrounding, and the people, you know, are you can see so many God's so good stories and hear what God has done in all their lives. But God's a good God, and if you don't think He is, just go outside at night and look in the stars, look at the landscape. But my name's Ron Berry, and His grace is enough.